8:44 is the time. Welcome back, everybody. Hiking is a great way to experience the Pacific Northwest, right? And there are trails for every kind of skill level. And this morning, we want to get you ready for your next adventure by talking about adventurous ventures with entrepreneur Anastasia Allison. Thanks for joining us. Appreciate that.
Thanks for having me.
I am a very novice hiker, so this is going to be great for me. I don't have much of the gear. I just like to head out. So
awesome.
we talk a lot about hiking. But what can hikers do to maximize their safety when they're heading out? I mean, that's such a key thing this summer.
It is, and what I really think is that a lot of being safe on the trail starts before you even hit the trails. So it's really that pre-planning, and I really encourage people to leave a float plan, I like to call it, with somebody who's responsible. So if you were going to go out on a hike, don't just leave and not tell anybody where you're going.
So tell somebody.
Tell somebody where you're going. And then I like to tell people to sort of do as much research as you can about that trail before you get there, so that nothing's really a surprise. I actually like to look at recent trip reports, find out what the conditions are like, maybe see if somebody else has been so I know what to expect. I'm almost pre-hiking it in my head before I actually get there.
And you can find all those resources online, right?
Absolutely, yes.
So if you're heading out on a hike, what are your maybe, I don't know, top 5, top 10 things that you need to bring with you?
So I have the 10 essentials here.
Okay, good.
So there's actually a sort of a collection of items called the 10 essentials. And the idea is that in the case of emergency, these are the things you want to have with you. So the first thing is going to be your illumination. And what you do want to have some sort of a headlamp.
Light source,
a headlamp. Even if you're planning to be out during the day, you still want to have a headlamp with you. Navigation is very important. So I have a map and a compass here.
A map and a compass.
Yep, a map and a compass.
Compass right over there,
I also, the important thing with the map and the compass is actually to know how to use it as well. A lot of people will just throw a compass in and not know how to use it, so I highly recommend taking a class in navigation. I also use a GPS program on my phone.
On your phone,
Yeah, and I'll bring a battery pack along with my phone just in case. Extra nutrition, so obviously I have some bars and some beef jerky, just some food. You want to have that with you. Definitely sun protection.
For sure.
So sunscreen, sunglasses. You want to have the ability to, in the event of an emergency, possibly start a fire. So you could bring lighter, waterproof matches, something like that.
Good point.
I have a first aid kit and then also repair supplies in here. So patches, anything that I might have that I could have to fix on the trail. Insulation, so I've got an extra puffy coat, I have some gloves, I have a little buff for my headband, I have a rain jacket. And this, even if it's a super hot day, if something happens and you end up having to spend the night.
It's not that much stuff either that you can fit in your backpack.
No, it's not.
It's not that much. What about leave no trace ethics? What exactly is that? I've never heard of that before.
So leave no trace is really a guiding principle to minimize our impact on the wilderness. We're sort of guests in this incredible environment out there, and we don't want to go out there and leave garbage or damage the environment. And so doing things like consciously removing our trash. I actually, one of the things I carry is I'll carry a little packet of toilet paper because obviously you might still have to use the restroom. But then instead of leaving your toilet paper in the wilderness, I actually have a little trash bag and I'll pack it out with me.
That's a good idea.
One of the things that I've started doing is a lot of women will actually use a cloth, an antimicrobial cloth instead of toilet paper. And I actually invented this one, and it's called a Kula cloth.
Let's show it like right there to the camera.
So
so it's an antimicrobial cloth.
It's antimicrobial, and you can use it instead of toilet paper, obviously just if you're peeing. And this helps us reduce our impact on the wilderness.
We only have a few seconds left, but what, a lot of people are heading out there. What can you give in terms of advice for finding the trails that aren't crowded, at what time people should go, and what about if you're a family, you want to take your kids out?
So I would say definitely during the weekday, if you're a type of person who can get out on the weekday. I love starting hiking early because you arrive at a trailhead at 10 a.m. and it's hectic.
It's already packed,
The other thing I would really recommend is just get obsessed with maps. You can look at maps and see a lake on there and get curious. Hey, has anybody ever been to this lake before? And then turn to your best friend Google and start researching routes and trying to find ways to really just broaden your horizons.
Very cool. Anastasia Allison, thanks for coming.
It was so much fun.
Appreciate that and talking with you about hiking. I like it. All right.